All right, it is what, Tuesday? Yeah, shit, I don't even know what day it is. My whole work schedule's thrown off, so my whole inner clock's thrown off right now. Either way, yeah, it is Tuesday. We're doing mixing it up, and yeah, we're gonna be doing some TFA mixing. So, what's it called? Overdrip brought it to us of like, hey, what if we did like just a single brand mixing? And honestly, I was even thinking that one kind of step further, like for people that just happen to buy only one brand, or they won a giveaway and they only have one brand. So we're gonna see if we could run through a couple of different flavor houses and stuff. But for today, we're starting off with some TFA. So hopefully you guys enjoy. All right, let's start off on what you've been mixing. Mitch, since you've been gone for a minute, I'm picking on you first.
No worries. I'm happy to be back. Sorry, everybody, missing last week.
You lost the LG
right
sponsorship, obviously.
Yeah, they got mad at me. But things have been crazy. Lots of mixing. I'm pretty sure a lot of people in chat probably saw it because they watched Grim, but he did a live tasting of my mango recipe. And my phone was going off for like 24 straight hours, people inquiring about placing orders. So that was cool. Been working anytime I can on getting all that stuff taken care of. But I have been testing some of the new flavors I've been working on, and I'm super excited. I think I'm going to be changing up my menu, going to be taking out some of the stuff that doesn't get a lot of play, and going to be putting in some new stuff. I still will offer those that I take out. It's going to be like a secret menu. I'm going to be In-N-Out Burger.
Dude, you're going to do a 40 stack?
It's the animal.
No, I think it's called the 18 wheeler, where they put 18 patties on top of one another.
But no, been mixing like crazy, and just trying to stock up on everything that I can. The one out of the three new recipes that I've been working on, I mean, the transistor love child is fantastic. I've been super digging that. That's finally going out to Swags to get his approval, because I mean, it's called Would You Look at That. It's named after him. It should have his approval on it. And then the longer the white chocolate peanut butter custard steeps, the more and more I freaking dig it. But I forgot that I used Cap V1 custard in it, and that's why I think that it's taken a little bit longer than one of my normal ones.
Yeah,
I was looking over at ELR. I was looking at ELR last night and was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense why it's been tasting like this. I got it.
It takes a minute.
Yeah, but I need to blame this on Sifu, but the pioneers just keep multiplying, and it's all his fault. And if you get the DLC, pick up the Ogvake Druga in the gunmetal, because they are identical. And this mod is dope.
What mod is that?
But that's the Foxy one.
Oh, okay. He looks nice.
Yeah, with the soft. Yeah, I like it. The button is super stiff for a regulated mod. I was like, whoa, it's super clicky, and
like, you went Keanu Reeves on it. He was like, whoa.
Whoa. Yeah, whoa, dude. But yeah, I don't even know who I am anymore. I finally I have one dual coil dripper set up. Everything else is squonks and tanks.
Sad. Very sad.
Yeah, so I actually.
Who are you?
Before the show.
Where's Mitch?
Before the show,
you are a lizard person. Bring Mitch back. Oh.
There you go, squonks.
Oh, what is my mask? Is like the fold for my
sticking
mask?
Out, yeah. Your scale, like.
It's really a
little tongue.
I can see your gills. They're like starting to show, like right here.
But that's it for me. What about you, Overdrip?
Yeah, sorry. Also, lizards don't have gills. I don't know why I said gills.
It's really a fish person.
I know what you meant.
Lizard people might, though.
Yeah, you know what? I've never actually met one other than you, which just kind of found out that you're actually.
Yeah, there you go. That science.
Maybe he's
confirmed.
amphibious. He's more like a frog person.
He's a salamander.
Ew.
It's kind of like in between.
He breathes fire too.
Okay, well, you know what? Actually, this week I actually have something to say, but the bad part is like I only have one thing to say about something that I've mixed because I've only mixed one thing. So because like you guys know, I love fucking desserts. They're the greatest thing in the world. Like
You haven't
desserts
mentioned it.
are literally
Other
the
than-
best.
He's right.
So I recently got some new flavorings, and I was like, yeah, you know, it's not even that recent. Maybe in the last like 3 weeks or so. And I had some time, and I was like, I'm gonna mix some shit up. So I mixed like a Neapolitan custard. So it's like a vanilla
Ooh.
chocolate strawberry custard that I'm fucking it
Nice.
knuckled amazing. And it's with all shit that I'd never used before. Cause I got a bunch of vape train stuff in and some like Mullenberry stuff. And so like I'm super pumped about that. So that's one. Like I said, I haven't actually tried it yet, so I can't say other than like I knuckled it and it knuckled really, really well. I also tried making a chocolate pudding. And the chocolate pudding, it also knuckled super good. But I haven't vaped it. I feel like I don't want to, because I only made a 30. Kind of feel like I should have just committed to 60s because like I really just want to vape them, but I want to give them a bit of time. So I'm forcing myself to hold off. But on that same day, I made a blue raspberry mango candy flavor, and I've actually been vaping it, so I can actually speak on that one because I've tried it, and I'm actually kind of pleasantly surprised.
The lizard people are taking over. Where's Chris?
Well, no,
Give us
that's
Chris
the
back.
thing, right? Like, because I don't really normally mix fruits. For me, it's like that nice switch up for me, and like I could probably vape a fruit an evening, but like that's it. After that, I just want like I want custard, I want creams, I want whatever. Um, so it's been kind of that nice switch up, and I kind of like where I started. Like as a starting point where I'm at, I'm pretty happy with it because anyone out there that if you're trying to do something that you're not necessarily comfortable with, if you can end up mixing something up the first try and enjoy it, like not think it's the worst or not think it's the best, like you're kind of making a bit of headway. So I feel like I'm making some headway on it. There's a few tweaks that I'm gonna try. I've probably vaped 15 mils of it, so I'm probably gonna do like a version 2 in the next like few days, and I'm pretty excited about that. Um, I think that's it. One thing I do want to say though. So as for just something that I've mixed in the past, so I made a peanut butter custard and I like worked on it really hard, probably in the springtime. And I kind of like was getting tired of trying to get a good peanut butter custard. And then I kind of gave up, and let's say like in July. Actually, I can tell you on July 29th is when I gave up on it. And made, I think, 3 bottles because I was gonna like give them to someone, but then obviously the borders like were still not open and I couldn't give them away, and then I just ended up forgetting about them. They got put in the back of like the steep box and I just forgot about them. So then I remembered because I was cleaning up some stuff and I sent a bottle to Sean Typhon and he is like, yo, this shit is fucking so good, like you need to release this. So I was like, ah. Anyways, long story short, I opened up a bottle. So I had another one. So this is like the last little bit that I made on July 29th last year. And you know what? It's fucking super good. And when I first, I don't remember changing much because like I don't have, this was like before Paul's influence of me taking notes. It was all just like I would vape it and then I'd remix it and then I'd vape it and then I'd remix it and whatever else. So I've been taking notes on this now, like 6-7 months after the fact of me mixing it. And it's proven to me that you can't give up on something until like you've really given it time.
Yep.
Because I honestly, the way that I see this right now, I see it as like if I added a touch of chocolate to this, it would be fantastic. Like fantastic. Because I really like where it is right now, but I feel like I just want a little bit more. And the reason why I want a little bit more, I'm not even sure why. I just kind of want to put chocolate in it. So I know what this tastes like after a bunch of steep. And now that I actually have like a few good chocolates that I feel comfortable using, I'll probably gonna try that out. So don't give up on mixes, everybody. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you can. If it's fucking garbage, you can give up
Yeah.
on it. But
But
if
even
it's
if,
like
give it
not, if you
steep
just hit a
time.
roadblock, just give it time, because sometimes it might come around. You know what I mean? So that's my moral of the story today: is don't let your dreams be dreams. And then I'm now gonna send it to Sifu.
How am I supposed to follow that?
I don't know. I'll look at that awesome layer cake that's like custom coated by.
Oh, it is Chris.
Butter. Oh,
All right, it is him.
All right, go ahead.
It's layer cakes are proven to be the mortal enemy of lizard people. So you are good.
That's why I don't own one.
Lizard people.
I still have mine, I think.
I'll buy it.
Well, now I'm starting to look like you're suspect now, Clown. All right, so
The Cosmonaut was better.
Ooh, fighting words. Okay,
Shots
so
fired.
my week has been involved with family members kind of freaking out about the mail ban. So I've been tasked to reproduce the Uncle Junk's tobacco mess that they have, and also 5 Pawns. What's the 5 Palmas? The coconut, tobacco, almond. Nah, I
I
can't
have no
think of the
idea.
name right now. So I've been tasked with trying to get those done. But for myself, I tried a version 2 of a tobacco a custard tobacco that I'm working on. That it's going to be called Lando's cigar pipe. I know he's in chat today. But it's actually, sometimes you go a little too far with something, kind of to build on what Chris was saying. It's like, oh, this was great, I'm going to add more, and no, it didn't work out. So I think I'm going to go back to V1 with a different tweak. So, because I could tell right away, because I think the playoff Mitch was saying whenever he was on with an Advocate for Liberty, it's like, I generally like to vape things throughout their steep so I can see how they're developing. I don't like to wait until the 2 weeks and then try it. I like to try it day 1, day 2, day 3, and just see how, because I get mental notes, because sometimes, doing what we do, especially the way that I do things, hand pouring to order, it's your customers are going to get young mixes and they're going to try them immediately. So, and sometimes I'll get feedbacks like, hey, this thing doesn't quite. It's like, yeah, well, you see, the thing is, and then you have to explain the steeping and what you used. And so I kind of like to be 5 Pawns, Castle Long. There you go, Scott Cleverland. That's the one. And so I like to be prepared for that. It's like, hey, listen, right up front, you're going to get some kind of weird buttery thing. It might taste a little oily. It's going to be kind of wispy. I kind of like to be prepared for that. So. And right off the taste of that first tobacco, I was like, no. So it got that weird tobacco note that a lot of commercial tobaccos have, where it's earthy, too earthy. I don't mind something being a little earthy, but this is like bordering on the dirt side of things, and no one wants that. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I'm hanging in there with the fig custard that I did for myself, and that's steeping wonderbar. So very happy with that one. Big orders this weekend, so I was kind of busy with that. And yeah, no, that's it for me. And Jay, what you been doing, buddy?
Let me see. I got a couple of orders out and stuff. Sent out some drunken apple cakes, some apple custard to the core, all that. And hopefully Mitch gets his, because we did some tradesies. And I'm excited to see his thoughts on drunken apple cakes, because I know he's been working on an apple fritter himself, which I still need to try.
I'm sending you the mango donut too, because
okay.
that magically, that just weirdly
magically
like,
delicious.
It tastes like a fritter. Like, it seriously tastes like an apple fritter, but with mango instead. And I wasn't even going for a fritter; I was going for a donut, and it just kind of
Well, I mean, it's a type of donut, I guess. But
Yes,
yeah, so,
Happy accident.
yeah.
Happy accident.
And as I mentioned last week, I was looking through Sifu's public page and stuff, and what's it called? I ended up doing Yig, but his is called Tribute to, what was the whole name? I can't remember, like Tribute something. Or
This is not the greatest yig in the world. No, this is just a tribute.
Okay, so then I went with Tribute of a Tribute, and I finally tried it today, and because I don't have, like, okay, the guys even made fun of me last week. I went through his whole list. I didn't even have the sweetener he uses. Like, it got to that level. Like, I went, look, Sifu, I can totally not make this. And he just laughed at me. But, I mean, it's what it is, what it is. So, I went through what he had in his, and I just made my own version. Honestly, it came out pretty damn good. So, you know.
Dude, I still think that that's amazing considering you have more concentrates.
Uh-huh.
Than
Yeah,
Yeah, close to
that's what I said.
400,
It's
and
like,
I still can't
how
make
can
what you guys make.
not have these? It's like, these are some of the first flavors that I got. How do you not have these yet?
That's what I'm saying. Close to 400, and I still can't make any of your guys' recipes.
I think that it's just that what it comes down to is that because
style
all of
and
us are
stuff.
different, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
And not only that, like we've all probably shopped at slightly different places, so
Yep.
we might have heavy loads of certain flavor houses where
Yeah.
others don't.
Well, it's like, okay,
Heavy
like,
loads.
like I've stayed,
loves,
like I
heavy
stayed
loads.
away from Bull City for a while because River is actually slightly cheaper than Bull City is, but Bull City has a lot of shit that you can't get on River, so you end up having to like go to different places. Like I still want to shop around Jungle Flavor, see what they have that Bull City or River don't carry. And then if you really want to like spend more than you want to, go to Wizard Labs because they are stupid expensive. My opinions. But yeah,
Isn't it
that's
weird though, Clown, is that that combination of oatmeal cookie and currant and cream is just
Oh no, yeah, and then like I don't know what I did, but it has a nice subtle like creaminess that just lingers. So I'm liking that.
Yeah,
It's really nice.
yeah,
It's
it's
really
just
nice.
something about that.
Mm-hmm.
Just
And
something
trust me,
about
I
that
hate oatmeal
combination.
cookies. I really do. I'm not a fan of oatmeal cookies.
Yeah,
Dude, you
I'll
don't
never
like
reach
that? Like Dad's oatmeal cookies? You don't like those?
I don't like oatmeal
those.
cookies. Period.
But if
You don't
put
like the
raisins in
fucking
them,
oatmeal
they're-
cream pies from Lil Debbie's?
I've
Yeah,
never
those
had
are good.
those.
they're
Hmm?
good.
Dude, they're
Serious.
fucking fire. You need to try one. Just
Well,
try one.
Well,
I'll
you see,
give it
Chris,
a shot.
you say that,
Please.
but that's why I've been testing different oatmeals because um, it is a good oatmeal cookie. The TPA, speaking of TPA, that is a fantastic oatmeal cookie, and it has everything you need. But for the original Yig, it's more of an oatmeal flavor. It's not, the cookie is there, but it's not as pronounced as mine. And the currant is a lot lower in the original, and I wanted more currant. So that I would get the real flavors. I would get some different oatmeal cookies. So it's fun to do that. I think.
Yeah.
It's to see how different things work different.
All right.
Actually, I had given that advice today or yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if I'm not familiar with the concentrate, I'll get a new one, and then I'll just sub it into something that I'm already like a complete mix that I'm very very familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pull something out of that and just sub it in with something else and see how it changes.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I mean,
know,
even
I might not-
what's it
might
called?
not change it forever.
Blue
but
Sin is something that I keep working on. For some reason, I won't leave it the fuck alone. So I changed the recipe yet again. And on the initial vape, it was kind of gross. You have to give it about a week steep. And then I did send Mitch a bottle. And right before I send it, I ran an audible again and added something else. So I told Mitch, just let me know how it turned out because I haven't even tested it yet. So we'll see. So, I mean, it's one of those things of like where like I've said before, this show has really pushed and driven me to like be better at this and actually try harder. Because I still remember the first couple of mixes. If you actually go through my channel and go through like the oldest videos, because originally this was supposed to be a liquid channel, not a fucking review channel. And it's so bad. It's awful. It's so
Yeah,
awful.
but dude, even if you think about it, if you go back and look at if you typed in like mixing it up, Clown never puts it in his title of his recipe, which I still don't understand, but I've never said it before. So like,
I actually made its own separate folder.
That.
I made its own folder so you could just go.
Okay,
over
but
there.
they have to follow you. It doesn't when it shows up on the flavorings, right?
Mhm.
It doesn't. It won't say they'd have to follow you. Which by all means, everyone should follow all of us, like for real.
yeah, What are you
But
doing with your life if you're not?
if you looked at all of our kind of like our recipes from like the first 5 episodes,
Mhm.
between then and like, now we're at episode 34, like all of our recipes have definitely gotten better. And I think that beforehand there was a lot more cheating going on. I feel like nowadays, like everyone's starting to like get on my page of like literally make the recipe right up before the show. I know that like Mitch still cheats a little bit, but it's fine. And but like, you know what I mean? Like I just feel like all of us have gotten considerably better without even the drive necessarily for the show. It's just like the show kind of aids in us.
Oh no,
getting
yeah. I
better.
mean, well,
You're
I
more
mean,
excited about it.
Sifu is a wealth of knowledge when it comes to like randomness and stuff, and it helps. And you guys always give me like a thought of maybe I hadn't thought about that. It's kind of like when I was trying to come up with the frosted nuts, that peanut butter frosted flakes thing, and I couldn't figure a way around the whole frosted, like the whole powdered sugar part before getting the one-on-one
Yeah, yeah.
frosted flake,
Powdered sugar?
powdered sugar. But you guys were like, try a glazed donut, and that actually did work. It's a bit of a cheat using glazed donut. It works, but the powdered sugar is like so much better. It actually just cuts back on it a lot easier.
Listen, it's not, ask Mitch, it's not a cheat if it works.
Right.
No, and like honestly,
Just
I
because
also
Mitch is
love
a
that
cheater.
concentrate. The powdered sugar from One-on-One's fucking
Oh, that was
fire.
fantastic.
Oh no, yeah, it's amazing. It's
I
amazing.
made a
It's worth it.
raspberry scone
Oh.
with that, and it's phenomenal. Like
Oh,
it
good.
literally tasted.
And
The
then put it in a
raspberry wasn't
candy.
the greatest, but the
Put it
scone
in a
part
freaking
was-
candy and get a clear candy shell. I mean, dude.
Oh yeah.
Good.
All right. Well, before we get
Hey,
into
can I
some
go
mixing,
first?
yeah,
Can I go
I'll let you go first. But before we get into some mixing, I was gonna let our sponsor talk real quick. So
Oh,
here's
do
the
that, yes,
ad,
please.
and we'll be right back.
This is not the greatest jig in the world. No, this is just on every freaking bottle. Like I have
No,
to
like I
shrink,
think that
Well,
if
no,
he
okay.
sells
I have
like
to
another
shrink-
100 more, then I've
I
earned
have
my
to
free
shrink the
bottle. I think
logo.
that
I have to
that's
move
how it
everything
works.
around just to fit the name
Well,
of the title.
Okay, like Sifu, have you ever heard Grim tell the story of Yig
Yeah.
and how Guar actually
Yeah.
got
They
onto him about
contacted
his
and said
name?
cease and desist.
Yeah, and what the hell's his name? Beefcake or Beefus Cakeus or some shit. The fucking bass player
Yeah.
actually talked to him about it. Which
Yeah.
that's kind of cool because he likes Guar, so
Yeah.
kind of made a good a
He's
good
like,
moment.
"Oh,
for
you're
him.
fucking at me, but I
I
really
remember
like
hearing
you,"
the
so-
story too, but I don't remember exactly
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
But
they
okay,
actually
I'm gonna
contacted-
Yeah,
talk
you're
about
up first.
what I'm mixing. Yeah.
Are we
Okay,
back
so
on?
chat, I'm not gonna be able to read you for a sec because I gotta pull up a different screen.
Are we back on?
Yeah, we're back.
All
on.
right, so
Oh yeah, go.
because this, I'm gonna say that like this was my idea. It really wasn't my idea. It was just like, hey, why don't we start off with TPA? Because I figured that most people when they first start mixing, that's like one of the ones you gravitate to.
Because they
So
are
like
cheap.
Capella is probably gonna be another one we're gonna do,
Mhm.
and hopefully we can do a bunch more. I just don't know how everything's gonna line up. But if we kind of plan in advance, if we need to like pick up a couple things, we might be able to pick up a couple of things, and then you can add it to everything else.
Mhm.
So my recipe, which I don't know if I've really ever done. So I'm kind of excited about it. Mine's called Handcuffed to TPA. That's what my recipe's called. And I decided I was going to do like a berries and cream. So I'm going to do like a raspberry, strawberry, and cream. So for my cream component, or like the creaminess component, I'm using Bavarian cream from, I'm not even going to say from TPA. I'm using Bavarian cream, regular, no DX. Keep that DX away from me at 2.75%. I'm using sweet cream, at 1.25%, and I'm using marshmallow at 1.25%, and I'm using vanilla swirl at 2%. Then
Everyone
for
should
my
own vanilla
fruit
swirl.
component, I'm using raspberry sweet at 2.5%, strawberry ripe at 1.5%, and then strawberry at 1.5%. And then I'm going old school because I haven't used like sucralose for a long time. Like I haven't used TPA sweetener in a long time. So from what I remember, it's like you got to use a bit higher than super sweet. So I'm going at 1%. It might end up being too sweet, but it might be perfect. Not too sure because I'm using. Well, we're using. All of us are using TPA. I have a feeling that everybody's like overall total flavoring count's going to be a bit higher than normal. So mine's at 13.75%. I don't think I'm going to win this week, but I might not be the highest. So that is
Oh,
what
it's
I'm going
always
to go
Mitch, dude. Come on. We know it's always Mitch.
with. But yeah, that's mine. So because Mitch is
No
not prepared,
dice.
I'm gonna
No
throw it
dice.
over to Sifu. Sifu,
Thank
go
you.
ahead, please.
Thank you. I am doing a honeydew nectarine mojito that I'm calling Mojo Najito. So these are a couple of newer concentrates for me, specifically the peppermint, the mojito, and so I'm going with the honeydew 2 at 3%. The tea, I'm in that habit too, Chris. Okay, so it's just the mojito at 3%, nectarine at 3%, peppermint at 1%, and the cotton candy ethyl maltol, 10% EM ethyl maltol at 1% as a sweetener. So I'm a little unsure about the ethyl maltol because it is very strong cotton candy smelling, and I don't want that's not. I'm hoping that it doesn't mute or alter my stuff too much, but it's
Just
going to be an
remember,
interesting
don't
experiment.
drip
Right.
it.
I'm not going to drip it on there. I'm going to drip the peppermint directly on it because it's mint. So the notes on the mojito are interesting. They're saying that there is a natural coolness, spearminty type of mint flavor.
Hmm.
So I'm hoping to boost that a little bit with the peppermint because I really want it to kind of be on the cool side because I'm imagining this to be more on the pod side of things, mouth to lung side of things. Because I like going to vape shops and looking at like the air bars and those flavors of the stuff that people are just buying up. And I bought like a watermelon apple ice air bar, and it was delightful. And I had picked up um, a strawberry banana ice, and it was delightful. And so I'm kind of oddly enough, kind of starting to look forward to using cooler flavors, especially as summer comes around.
Somebody that hated
And
it like 5, 6 months ago.
yeah, yeah, but I'm learning that it's a different type of coolness that I like. Like I don't like menthol,
Yeah.
but like the pepperminty kind of minty type of coolness,
Hmm.
I quite enjoy. So I'm hoping that this mojito and peppermint is going to kind of give that for me. And I'm hoping that it freezes my face off in an RDA because then I'll know it'll be good in something like a Caliburn or a mouth to lung tank.
Hmm.
And then I picked up some Nick salts. So I'd like to maybe really start getting into that realm because I'm just preparing myself because I don't know what this vape mail ban is going to do. And a lot of the people that I know that vape use pods and they order them and they might because they don't have a lot of the stuff that they like in the stores. So I'm hoping that maybe they can pick up something like a Caliburn G and I can make a liquid for them to kind of fill that gap. So I'm kind of been leaning heavily towards that side of things. A very like this is going to be low in concentration because I'm putting it in an RDA, but I'd like to test this at 20%. Like if it's balanced enough, just boost it to 20% and say, let's go. Maybe boost the sweetener and see how that's going to work because I just I want to be able to have some very specific mixes for very specific people that need something like this to not revert back to cigarettes. So, but that's where I'm at. How about Mitch?
So, just a heads up, I did make my recipe this morning. So there's that.
Okay, wait.
I've been
Wait. So you made it this morning. Sifu, when did you make your recipe?
This afternoon at about 4 o'clock.
Okay. And then Chris, you made it right before the show, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so me and Sifu were about the same time because I did it around the time I got up. So yeah, Mitch is still the cheater.
That's me. I'll own that shit. I don't care. So my recipe is called TFA Creamy Palmberry Peach, and it's actually only 12% for total flavors. But it's kind of different for me because I did add a few things just to kind of see how they work. But I have 1.25% berry crunch cereal, 2% berry mix, 1.25% malted milk, 1.5% juicy peach, 2% pomegranate deluxe, 0.5% of strawberry ripe, 0.5% of super sweet, 1.5 sweet cream, and 1.5 vanilla swirl.
That's weird. I didn't know that TFA made a super sweet.
Double cheetah.
All right.
This is what I get for missing a week, folks. They're just abusing the shit out of me today.
Gotta lay off the lattes, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I know.
That does sound pretty badass, though.
I'm excited.
Awesome.
I was smelling like I always do the sniff test, and the juicy peach and the Palm Deluxe smelled so good side by side.
Man, isn't Palm Deluxe badass? Oh, so
yeah,
good.
Palm Deluxe that's so far. I think I have I have 3 pomegranates, and that's by far the superior. The malted milk is something new that I just picked up, and I'm excited to play with that.
Is that like
the berry mix?
Is that malted milk balls, or is that like the malt that you would put in like a milkshake?
Like
Have
a milkshake.
you tried it before? Malted milkshake.
I haven't. Nope. But the notes read pretty well. I think it had like 4 or 4.5 stars on ELR. And I at the very end I was like, I think I'm gonna add something different just to. I wouldn't be me or Sifu influenced if I didn't just add something random to every mix, and that's why the berry cereal's in there.
Oh, dude, berry cereal's good. I like that one.
That sounds baller. That mix sounds baller.
So, what about you, Sifu?
I already went.
Oh,
You used to skip me. You skipped me like 2 weeks in a row. Now you want me to go again? Oh yeah, I'll tell you what I've been
trying
doing.
to make up.
It's okay. When Sifu said Mitch, in my head I went, doesn't he mean Chris? Like, wait, no.
I have not done that in a while.
All right. So if you go to my ELR page, it's called TFA all the way. It's not numbered. It's not named after the show. I really should do that.
I don't know about you guys, but it felt really weird naming off the flavors I was using and not saying TFA at the end.
I know.
Because we didn't have to.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's true. We don't really have to say them. But either way, I'm starting off with some Bavarian cream from TFA. Yeah, that's so weird. Fucking asshole, you have to mention that. And that's at 1%. Like, honestly, I will say I broke the cardinal rule as far as it goes with TFA because you're supposed to go heavier. I went lighter, so we'll see how this turns out because, like, mine is like an 8.75 at the end of it. But we'll see. It's a lot of creams and stuff, so we'll see. I went a little bonkers with this one. So then I got blueberry extra at 1.5, butterscotch at 1.5, cheesecake graham crust at 0.75 just because I wanted a little bit of that weird greasiness it gives for some reason. Just that sounded good. Then dulce de leche at 1%, French vanilla cream at 1%, and then vanilla custard at 2%. Because I was going for like a blueberry custardy kind of thing. And all of them TFA, just saying. All right, so these guys are shaking. I'm going to start mixing. But, so yeah, I mean.
I'll tell you what, though, just talking about TFA in general. They got some staples that
They
everyone
do.
should have.
I honestly,
Oh,
I
yeah.
stayed away from TFA at first because I remember like they just didn't have a good reputation when I first started mixing. So I went more like towards Capella, and that's kind of where I stayed for the longest time. And I'm kind of regretting it at this point. Like I should have really have branched out a lot more.
Dude, at the place that I buy most of my stuff, if you look at, they have like a breakdown. So there's 22 different brands of flavorings that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Like TFA, they have 170 flavors.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Like,
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
well, I
there's
mean,
so
okay.
many.
So like
Some of them are
TFA,
terrible, but-
TFA is actually a cooking flavoring house for all those that don't know. They're actually meant more for cooking, not for vaping, but we ended up taking them on. That's why they're one of the older companies that has been around when it comes to vaping. We've just been using them because they were around before vaping. But you know, there's been a lot of good companies that have come out since. But TFA is a staple in this at this point, honestly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's not a single person out there that hasn't vaped a liquid that has TFA in it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure.
You've been vaping for a few years. I can't imagine there's a single person.
Mm-hmm.
So are we taking bets on how much wet cardboard Clown's recipe tastes like because he put a 1% dulce de leche in it?
Dude, it comes out good. The
That stuff
TFA
tastes
dulce
like wet cardboard off the shake.
really, to me, it tastes good. Like I could actually taste it.
After a week, I like using it. Like, but for me, it's always been a long steep because it doesn't matter what I put it in off the shake.
Mhm.
I'm like wet cardboard.
See, that's one of those things I could actually taste off the shake. Oddly enough.
Going with a fancy mod today. Good old Trishul, coated by Palmer's powders.
Nice. I want to try
with a
that mod.
staple goon on top.
This is that Typhon GX fins badass thing. Look at the fins on this thing.
Did you
I
see
won-
that they have
I won
multiple
this-
top cap?
Yes, I did. I won this in a waffle. What's up? I'm
Some of
so
those
stoked
other
Seafood
about-
top caps look
bragging again.
super dope. Yep.
I never win anything.
But you brag a lot.
Yeah. This is I think it's like a $180 atomizer. It's an expensive
Wow,
little
that thing
bastard.
better vape.
It vapes
So good.
amazing. I use it like a dripper though. I don't use the little mesh that goes in there, and I don't. fill
Sifu's
up-
gone. Sifu's gone high end. That's what he's telling us.
Oh yeah,
Even though Sifu
High-end.
was high end, then gave up on high end. Now he's back.
I did.
You know, whatever.
I'm heading in that direction.
Guess who's back? Back again. Sifu's back.
Yeah,
Tell some men.
super back.
Rub
Some
my back.
Filipino action.
Rub my back.
It's okay.
That-
I've
that
already missed
Evo-
out on getting 2 different wicks because one guy hit me up, said he wanted to trade for a wick, then he flaked on me, and then I hit up another buddy in one of the Discord groups we're on. I was like, "Hey, you still got that wicked?" He's like, "Dude, I just sold it like an hour ago." I was like, "Motherfucker!" So I'm missing out on some high end stuff.
Man. Okay.
God,
This is
mixing
fascinating.
30
Okay.
milliliter bottles is so much easier.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm a vaping and I'm a ready.
What you got?
Okay, so this is good. I was worried that the honeydew would be too much because I've had some honeydew vapes before and it's kind of pervasive. But this honeydew 2 is very naturally sweet. I was worried that I wouldn't have enough sweetness because I didn't want to go too cotton candy heavy. I'm not tasting the ethyl maltol at all. But I know that there's a different sweetness that I'm used to than the super sweet, and it's actually quite nice in this. I'm not getting much of the spearmint. I think maybe a 0.5% of peppermint instead of 1 would have been perfect because I can taste it a little bit. I can taste that spearmint, that fresh ground spearmint from a mojito back in the back of there. And whatever rum that they're using is very nice also. It reminds me of the Vape Train light rum, which I use often. So it's actually an interesting thing to get that in one combination with that spearmint No nectarine at all. I think the nectarine is just is blending in with the honeydew. I taste like no orange type of component. So it built that middle up without me really intending to. Because you guys have tried like mint recipes from a pod, and
Mm-hmm.
they hit you kind of hard. They're very cold,
Very throaty.
very throaty. This is smooth. It's pleasantly cool. The peppermint is nice. Like I killed this recipe with the peppermint, but the peppermint is nice. So I can see how I can maybe back the peppermint off and keep that same thing. I mean, what is this? One, two, three, four concentrates with a sweetener. So five TPA concentrates, and this would work in any any pod system or any mouth to lung setting. It's pleasant. It's a little dry though. Um, I'm just kind of thinking in my head what in TPA's line would build some juiciness into this without crushing it. It makes me want to go and look. And I'm going to do that while you guys are explaining yours. But I could vape this. This is nice. If I could fix the little bit of dryness that's there, this is good. It's balanced. It's just sweet enough, cold enough. It hits pretty decently for 11%. So I'm excited where this can go. This honeydew is delightful. It tastes more like it's more on the it's more on the cantaloupe watermelony side because I don't get like a straight honeydew. It's like it's naturally sweet, like a good like a good ripe um like a good ripe honeydew. Like in those salads you can get with the watermelon and the cantaloupe and the honeydew. Um, it's good, like a good soft honeydew. It's nice.
I'm with Anthony. I can't vape anything honey.
Same here. I
Oh,
don't
this
like
is nice.
honeydew
It, it
fruit, and I don't care for the
it's
vapes. They're not my thing.
man, it's more on the watermelon side. So like a it shouldn't work, but it's like peppermint melon and with like a finishing of spearmint. And that silky mouth feel from that rum. It's it's weird. It is a little dry though. I'm gonna need to it needs a little another something. It needs a juicer. It needs a juicer, and I'm gonna need to do a little research in TPA to see. Um, I want to hold it TPA, but man, this is screaming for some sweet guava.
Mm-hmm.
Screaming for sweet guava. Like
Yeah.
hurry, you know what I mean? Or a cactus.
Yeah.
It's screaming for something like that.
Well, I mean, I'm for the most part ready to go.
Get it? Pitter patter.
So okay, blueberry's pretty good. It's got the creaminess I was looking for, but it does have like some missing parts, and I can tell like something is missing. I'm gonna wait and see how the steep goes, give it some time, and let it sit. But for now, it's got potential. I'll say that much. I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna like it. I know I am. It does need some sweetener, but I don't have any TFA sweetener, and I'm not a cheater. So I was like, Mitch laughs every time. Uh, but
After I vaped it like five
But you know what?
times, I'm like, man, this feels like it's missing something. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. You never put nicotine in it.
Uh,
oh yeah, that is one big thing. If you've never tried a 0 milligram liquid, but you're used to nicotine liquid, you can tell it's missing.
yeah.
It feels so empty.
Wayne's tip has always stuck with me. He goes, it doesn't matter how much nicotine you use. He says, don't waste your nicotine while you're testing stuff. Put at least 1%, like 1%, just so you can taste it because it does make a difference. It does.
Well, no, yeah. I mean, even in the steep, it makes a huge difference. It steeps out
Yeah, like
differently.
if you vape a 6, you don't have to fucking put it in 6, but like,
No.
because I never mixed to a 3 personally.
Well, I do, but most of the time I aim to finish.
I mixed
the
to like
bottle.
a 2.5, maybe.
Yeah, I test with 1. I test with 1%. Especially these days with the bans, it's going to be hard to get nicotine. So,
Oh, that's
sorry
why I
about
went
you.
for the big boy bottle. I was looking at the numbers. To do a 60 mil, I would only need 0.9 milliliters.
What?
Uh-huh.
That's 2
What'd
drops.
you get? You got 200 milligram?
The 250?
250.
Yeah, you told me I
Dude,
need to
I would-
dilute that shit. I'm like, no.
Dude, straight up, exactly. I was just gonna say you should cut that shit, bro. Like,
I do not want to
like
play with
battery
that at
acid.
all. Pretty much.
dude, you get like one drop on your skin, you'll be like,
Oh, I'll be flying.
Michelle, we're doing just one flavor house, so we're doing the flavor apprentice.
Yep.
Or the perfumer's apprentice, however
Whichever
you
you want to go with. Yeah, because I think Perfumer's Apprentice is the original name, and then they went with flavors out, whatever. I don't fully know the history. But yeah, all TFA stuff except for sweeteners, apparently.
Oh, thanks for the love, Kentucky. I'm glad you like the tribute, man. Also, too, I didn't catch it earlier, but Scott, Mitch, the fig custard, I'm naming Figure It Out.
Nice.
Nice. It wasn't going to be forget about it?
Forget about it. Figure it out. Because you can't quite say pull your finger out your ass.
Yep. Oh, Nick Kaiser, I've actually gotten 100 milligram on my skin before. That is not pleasant at all.
Yeah,
But
no,
dude,
it's,
I was
no,
chilling. Nobody was anywhere near me for like, you know what I mean? I was by myself, obviously, and I was thinking, I was just like looked at the dog, and I was like, oh my god, like I'm really fucked. Like this was a terrible move. Like I'm gonna die. Like that's actually, I honestly thought I might die. I thought I was like, I might have a heart attack. I like lie on the couch, and like 5 minutes later, I just feel the dog licking my face, and I'm like,
I'm not dead.
that was
It's Kevin.
fucked. Like I'm gonna wear gloves from now on. Like that's what I told myself. I obviously don't now because I'm dumb, but like I also only need 65 milligram now, so it's a little bit more chill.
Well, you know, this helps a lot too, because I remember when I first started mixing, it was the era of pipettes and syringes. So
yeah.
not fun.
Yeah, these guys. And then actually, I started putting my nicotine in these Yorkers.
Yeah.
Now I don't have to even wipe the tip. You know, they're so much cleaner.
That's how I got
just
mine.
shakes
It's
it.
like a 120.
He just shakes it. He doesn't wipe it.
Yeah, just dribble it. Man, Mitch, you're on fire with those dad jokes today, bro.
I can't help it.
Oh,
I've
Okay.
just embraced who I am.
I've vaped enough of mine to know it's not bad, but honestly, I don't get it. There's not that much cream, and
It
like
feels
maybe
empty,
it's
right?
just gonna take time to like steep in there, whatever, you know what I mean? But like, it just kind of it's like the right amount of strawberry and raspberry, and honestly, it's like a pretty even mix. Like I can pick out each point. Like I can pick out the strawberry, I can pick out the raspberry, but the cream, so it kind of like hits you hard with like a lot of fruit, and then you kind of get a bit of cream, and then it kind of just fades real quick. But like it's not bad. I honestly, I don't really vape that many berry creams. Like I've never really been like a strawberries and cream guy. I never searched out that much. Like I remember when I first started vaping, there was a few times that I ordered My Man from One Hit Wonder, but I instantly like preferred Muffin Man from One Hit Wonder, which was like it was like a whatever. It was like an apple muffin.
yeah.
Whatever.
That's the they have that one shot on Liquid Bar, the Muffin Man stuff.
Yeah,
Do they?
yeah, and honestly, like, so I'm not saying that this isn't whatever. What I'm saying is I'm not really that much into like the fruit cream vapes. I'm more into like the fruit custard vapes. If I were to choose like a fruit and something, or like a fruit bakery, but it's not bad. There's like a little bit of weirdness, which I think might be coming from the sweet cream, but it
That's
might
that-
also like deep in a
That's
little
that
bit more.
Bavarian,
and get,
dude.
like, creamy.
That's that unsteeped Bavarian.
Yeah. Because there should be enough cream in this mix that I should be able to like get a nice cream note, but it might just take a bit of time. But overall, I'm not disappointed. I knew that when I was mixing it that it probably wasn't going to be like a banger off the shake. But like I said, I think that there's some potential.
Yep.
It also just shows you like how mine's almost 14%, and it definitely does not taste over flavored.
Mm.
See, like I said, mine has potential, but it needs time.
Yeah.
And that's like one big thing with TPA, TFA, is you need time.
Disco, that mix looks baller. Cranberry sauce, frosted donut, lucky leprechaun cereal, strawberry ripe, vanilla cupcake, and vanilla swirl. That looks nice.
There's a lucky leprechaun cereal, huh?
Very nice.
Lucky leprechaun
Yeah, dude,
cereal.
I got that.
Dude, I don't know. I like this. Thank you, Disco Potato, for interacting with us like this. I like that.
Yeah, that's fun.
What you
That's
do?
cool.
She made her
She made
own
a whole
TFA
mix.
recipe.
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Where is it?
It
The link is in
Addy
chat.
Tooney put a link.
Yeah, so cool.
What up, Coil Image? I haven't seen you in forever, dude.
Yo, Jimmy, what up?
Yeah, Tom, I'm with you on that. I think I hear Chris talking, and I'm like, that's Bavarian cream. That weirdness. That it feels so thin. It's like some kind of weirdness that you can't place.
Mm-hmm.
In like 5 days, it just opens up, and
It's also, it makes it feel sort of hollow. Like
Yeah, it's thin.
to
It feels
rob,
wispy and thin
a
and
word
weird.
from Sifu. It's a little bit hollow right now,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll let that just chill in a steep box.
chill that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to do the same because like it's got that whole something is missing. I don't know. It feels really like empty in the middle.
What did Mitch do? Did Mitch?
Yeah, Mitch,
Um,
tell us. How do you?
I
what do you
think that it's not bad. It's definitely mainly all I taste really is the pomegranate and like a little bit of creaminess on the end, but not much. And like I can tell that there's other fruits in the background when I vape it, but they're not coming through as much as I would have liked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, heck, like I only had a 1.5% of the juicy peach, and like I think that I'm gonna have to elevate some of the percentages to get what I was wanting out of it, but it's not bad. No, it's pretty good.
Well, the
yeah,
juicy peach
I
is something
don't-
everyone should have. That's a good one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's really good.
I'm getting a little bit of dry mouth, but I think it's because I didn't drink anything.
Yeah, that's weird too. I'm getting it with my mix too, and I don't know. I'm flipping through my TPA stuff, and I don't see a juicer in here other than dragon fruit, but I don't really want to go there because
Dragon fruit has a very pungent taste.
yeah, I don't want that. I want to keep it bright.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yeah, it has
have,
a very particular taste.
Ra-
Raspberry
dragon.
raspberry sweet would kill it. The strawberries would kill it. Yeah, I might have to go outside of TPA or do a little more research.
Mm-hmm.
or
You
give
might
it
end
time.
up having to buy something.
You never know, man. You
Oh,
might give it a
no.
little bit of time, and it'll be good. Also, I was really close to doing a plum oatmeal cookie, which I might end up doing. I feel like the TFA plum is like weird enough to me that it might go really good with the oatmeal cookie.
Look, just from experience doing the currants with the oatmeal cookie, that weird type of tarty type of dark tart berry just goes good with that oatmeal. I bet you that would be baller. I would really love to make a plum thing. I love plums.
Yeah, I have like 3 or 4 plum flavorings, and like I've never really found a use for them. I just it was in like that era of just going ham buying everything under the sun I could find.
Because we have a Japanese plum tree, and man, I can't wait for that thing to bloom every year. Those things are delicious.
Anthony Ramella,
Delicious.
depends what menthol you're using. That's like the number one thing. You need to know that first.
Always get the
Coral
mixed
image,
up.
dude,
So,
I need that SSA raspberry syrup in my life.
so good.
He
Yeah.
said that SSA raspberry syrup
It is.
This is
Well, Fresh said that
So
was
good.
probably it's in his top 3 best concentrates of the year.
I
It
believe
is
it.
Daytime Frank. Daytime Frank made his own TFA mix.
Daytime.
Dude, awesome.
Where's it at?
It's on the main page on ELR if you go on there. We're taking over the main page right now. It's kind of
Let's
nice.
take it over.
But it's got some
See what it
cheesecake, some French vanilla deluxe, sweetener, vanilla bean ice cream, which that one's a really good one. I actually like theirs.
Yeah.
Vanilla custard and vanilla custard 2, and some whipped cream. Nice.
Nice.
Ooh.
That looks
Smells
lovely,
good.
Frank.
I don't have French vanilla deluxe though. Dang it.
I guess you'll have to buy something.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
I
look,
guess so.
in that mix right there, he's got what, 4 staples? The cheesecake, the vanilla bean ice cream, the custard 2, and the whipped cream. Right there. Everyone should have those. Those are good things.
Well, I have everything but that one, the French vanilla deluxe.
Yeah, I'm missing the
I'll
whipped
have, like, a
cream.
check mark that says you can mix this.
I'm missing the whipped cream, the vanilla custard, and the sweetener. But I could almost make Frank's.
That's pretty good for you. Only missing that.
Yeah.
Like, you got over half.
Yeah. I'm at like 65% availability here.
SSA has a forest fruits.
Yeah, they do.
Interesting.
Ooh, but it's heavy dude, that sounds delicious.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes,
Oh,
please.
that's funny.
Hey, this is me speaking to probably nobody that will ever hear me, but any Canadian company that wants to get SSA in, that'd be fucking fantastic.
Dash vapes, please. Come on.
Yeah, like Dash Vapes, how about it? Even DIY e-juice, that's cool. Like, I've never ordered
They
from
don't
you
have 'em?
before, but I have one hell of a cart on your site right now.
They don't
And
have
if you had that, that would make me pull the trigger. Like I said, I don't even know who they are. I just know their website. I've heard a lot of people talk about them, and I have a pretty vicious cart. It's like over $400 now. One day I will pull the trigger, and then I'll feel so guilty till it gets here, and then I'll be like so pumped. I'll be like, oh my god, that is so much.
Daytime Frank says SSA forest fruit sucks.
Oh, harsh words. Strong words from a strong man.
Chris, that cart sounds like the order I have coming from River Supply.
Oh, did you
Like,
see what Jimmy
went
said? Yeah.
You talking about this right here? You talking about
We
that?
were just talking about the Danessa before the show. That thing's
Yeah.
badass.
No, but
Sorry.
look, did you see what Coil Image said?
Yeah, exactly. I'll pull like a Michelle. Sorry, not for sale. Sorry. Sorry, not for trade. Sorry.
Oh man, that's funny. Where was it? I saw Anthony Romella said he's using the Flavor West menthol. I'd have to look that up. 'Cause I don't know that one.
Like, I never remember which one does what, but I know the Culata, the menthol has a flavor, the Culata doesn't. Or
To
do I
me,
have that?
Culata tastes funky.
It does for me too.
Mhm.
I am enjoying the mint from VSO. I really like that coolness, and this peppermint from TPA. I like the coolness of it, but it's not mentholy. And I also have the. I just bought the peppermint from VSO, also, so that came in along with the bourbon and the brand and the rum, and the oatmeal and the rice and the banana and the lemon.
Yeah, I
I'm
just
like,
bought spearmint
VSO'd up.
real flavors, and I'm hoping that it has a slight coolie-ish part to it.
And that's one that I don't
I
have.
bought it for. I
do
wanted
like
to
a
try it for
spearmint.
one thing, so I'm hoping. But I don't
See, I
know.
might, if I would have had a spearmint, I'd have used that instead of the peppermint just to kind of boost the spearmint in the mojito. But I could see this mojito being an additive for a lot of things.
You mean you don't have the flavor art? What are they, like White Winter and what do they call them? Like, they're both called Winter something, but they're the spearmint and the peppermint from Flavor Art. They're both really good. I have one local customer like that. She's been with me since back at the vape shop days, and that's all she vapes. Like, I make her a candy cane mix, and the Flavor Art peppermint is really good.
Well,
So
that stuff that you overbought, that's where this peppermint came from. The holiday bundle thing that you had overbought.
Nice.
Yeah, along with the pumpkin spice, that's where this peppermint came from.
yeah, So Anthony, on ELR, it has for a median of 1%, so you'd be looking for a 60 mil at like 0.6 mLs. You know, or if you're doing a 30, it's 0.3.
That's like 3 drops per 60.
Michelle
The-
on
which
my
gen-
on
Oh, sorry.
Michelle on my ELR in my raspberry cheesecake mix. I use a mix of VSO raspberry, a little bit of raspberry sweet, and then raspberry syrup and just a touch of Sisha raspberry. Like those four combined. Had to recount my fingers. They make a really good because my cheesecake's like a raspberry swirl, and those
It's a good
together,
one. I like that one.
fantastic.
I told Mitch I like that one right away. Like as soon as I opened the bottle, it's like I had to message him about it.
Nick Kaiser, the gin that I like is the botanical gin from Vape Train, and it's in Bull City. And I do have the juniper from VSO, but I haven't tested yet because the botanical gin is like Tanqueray 10. It's like a medium shelf, mid shelf type of gin. It's good if used sparingly. It's strong. Like I think the first mix I ever did on this show was, I think it's called Gin Xer, where I made a gin mix, and it was so much like gin that it wasn't enjoyable to vape. Like it was too much like gin. Like it wasn't pleasant. But I cheat, like Clown said that. Like I did cheat for a while. Like I adapted like the first three or four recipes. I adapted from the one that I did before. You know.
Well, I mean, how many times did we see Sifu go, I don't like this, I'm doing it all over again? All right. Well, we're zeroing in. We're going over a little bit on time here. But so yeah, we're just going to wrap up the show and all that kind of thing. So Sifu, you want to start us off?
Yes. Super fun show, guys. So much fun from the chat today. It's pretty cool that Daytime Frank and our favorite potato made a mix with us tonight. That's fun. Thank you guys for that. As always, just go and like us on ELR. It's really fun to get the notifications. I can't, I was checking my phone, it beeped, and I was like, oh, Daytime Frank. And then I see him in chat. I was like, oh, what's going on? So it's always a good time to get those updates and see what people are mixing. Just expect on Saturday afternoons, whenever Fresh goes on, to get like 10 or 15 recipes to thumb through. It's a good time. Just thanks to everyone for coming and all of the support. Glad to have Mitch back.
Happy to
You
be
stayed
here.
away from the lattes this week.
It was just a hole in our hearts. Just so happy to be. Congrats on your show with an advocate for liberty and your
Thanks,
big
man.
bomb.
That was cool.
Your big bomb on Grim Show, man. I bet your head is spinning. What an awesome thing. So congrats.
That was pretty amazing.
And I'm gonna
Thank you, dude.
now I'm gonna throw it down to you because you're right below me.
Here
I'm
you're
right
next
above
to
you
him.
on my screen.
There you go. You're pointing the right way.
Yeah, happy to be back. Missed you guys last week. Like my weeks aren't complete without this hour of craziness. Thanks everybody for hanging out in chat. Yeah, and I'm pumped to see people mix with us. That's cool.
It is cool.
I'm excited the percentages a little bit.
Yeah, you just went into the Matrix, Mitch.
I actually understood him. Maybe I'm what's his name?
Neo?
I'm Neo.
Yeah, you can understand.
I understood him.
He went full binary. Like that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm just I'm excited to be back, and yeah, I got a bunch of mixing to get done this evening. I've been like, my only time the last couple days I've had to mix has been after my daughter goes to sleep, and so I had for a while cut back to like 1 energy drink a day, and I'm back up to 3, baby. Back up to 3 bangs a day, 900 milligrams of caffeine. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Now just wait till you wait till you drip some nicotine on your finger by accident.
But I'll pass
like
it
a
over
spider
to
monkey, Chip.
Okay, well, you know what? Thanks everybody for tuning in. I had a good time. You know what? I really like these. I don't even want to call it a challenge, really, because when you have as many flavors of this specific brand, it's not even really that much of a challenge. It's just kind of like you're
Fun.
just trying to cater to something that maybe you want to try to vape. So
Fun.
today was just one of those days that I felt good about it. I do feel though that I really, with this idea, that however many shows we do, that I want to be able to do more shows than anyone else. So like I'll be pushing for like these guys to get like be like, oh no, you guys got to get more Wonder flavors because only me and Clown can mix it. Oh my god, or whatever. Because I don't want to be the guy that's like, no, we can't do it because I don't have enough. So that is my goal. And like I said, if we plan it out, I'm pretty sure that we can go on for weeks.
Oh yeah, dude. There are
Well, we've
so
already
many
done it for
flavor
Laura.
houses.
There's a lot of
We've already
flavor.
done Favora, right? We've
I
done
mean, we could do
Favora.
another one.
We'll do it again.
Basically.
Absolutely. I'm actually really looking forward to like the vape train night, like because
Yeah.
I've got
too.
some vape train shit that I fucking think is delicious. So that's like one that I'm looking forward to. So I don't know if everybody's got that, but just spoiler alert. Like
I
think I
can't
have
wait
a-
to the VS.
I
I can't
think
wait
I
for
have a couple.
VSO night. I'm gonna crush.
oh
you
dude,
guys
VSO
at
might be sweet. I'd actually
I
do
don't
like
have
a probably a
VSO.
food only mix.
You see what I'm? That's why I said that, Jay.
I'm the only
But,
one
like,
that could go, no.
Even one-on-one, like dude, I'm prepared for one-on-one. I have like a good amount of one-on-one flavors now. I have like
I could do
15 or
something with
20.
one-on-one. I have
You know what
very
I mean?
limited,
Yeah.
but I could do something.
I'm looking forward to this part and doing like this kind of funness. I'm making up a word because funness is legit
Ooh.
a word tonight. But like everyone else has said before me, I'm super pumped that we had a few people mixing with us and following our theme. Like that's sweet. I like other people being a part of it. It just makes it seem like it's bigger than it is just in this four panels that I see on the screen. So you guys can check me out on Friday nights on the Frames Janklin Vaper YouTube channel on the Green Room. You can check me out at Shed Time Podcast. So you can go to shedtimepodcast.com. Make sure you go give us a follow if you could on SoundCloud. We got some giveaways going. I'd really like to just ship out some stuff. So it'd be sweet if we got some followers over there. You don't even have to listen to it there. You can listen to it anywhere you want. Shit, you don't even have to listen to it. You can just follow us for the chance to win. That's cool too. And you can also check out my website, which I'm pretty sure at some point Addy Toonies definitely put like not a link, but like a lead. So you can go check me out and pick up some of my liquids at UncleChrisTestingGrounds.com. While you're there, you should probably pick up some Sammy Nitro coils or some Macy coils because Macy coils are awesome, and not many people have got to try them. So you should probably do that. Make sure you use code Mixing It Up. It's all one word, and it's Mixing It Up, just like the show title. And that's everything for me. Take it away, Clown.
All right. As for me, yeah, thank you guys for joining us. We have fun. Thank you to Frank and Disco for playing along with us. Honestly, if you guys want to like join in on the fun, and if you know what the theme is, or we talk about it early on in the show and stuff like that, and you guys want to jump in and throw in your recipes into the mix, go for it, because that actually makes the interaction a bit more fun, and we could actually see what you guys are your creative juices create. Maybe it'll inspire us to do something different that we haven't tried yet. Because I mean, even like Disco Potato made us do, was it funfetti cake, which that was like the weirdest fucking mix I've done still to date. I even bought sprinkles and it didn't show up on time, but I will try that recipe again. We'll see how that goes. But so, and then beyond that, just seriously check out check out all of their shops and stuff. Go hit them up, buy some liquids and things like that. Seriously, I've tried all of them. I haven't really tried the new versions of Chris's, but I know it's still a banger because I tried the OG version, so I know the dude knows his shit. Sorry about that. And then lastly, if you guys are interested in juice coils I make, stay on top of things. It's one of those things. I don't want to be like the bringer of bad news and all that kind of shit, but we are in like desperate times, so I'm not for like hoarding and stuff, but do make sure you're taking care of yourself in that sense. And if you know somebody that can help you out, seriously hit them up and on this panel alone, we have 4 guys that are willing to help anybody out. So, yeah. All right. So we will catch you guys next week. We'll see what flavor house we decide, because we'll think about it. But yeah, awesome. Catch you guys next week. As always, vape on, mix on. Woo!